Hi guys, welcome back to a new video. My name's Daniel.
And my name's Elisia.
And this is
Fucks with it.
FWI for short.
Yeah.
Today we're going to be talking about the Halloween Kills 2021. As you can see, she's excited. And we are also going to be reviewing the Scream 2022 trailer. I'm excited. And we're going to be, we
fucks with it?
Or we don't fucks with it.
Yeah.
But I guess before let's just catch up everybody on what we did this whole last week.
Yeah, it's been a very busy week, I would say, yeah, right? Like, we've been doing a lot, and yeah. We visited Yesterland over the weekend, and we also went to the movies and to
Twice.
watch Scream.
We got to see the original 1996
Scream
for their 25th anniversary, which is going to be later in the year. But we got to see it first time for both of us to see it in theaters because we were both practically babies when it came out. But which was it's definitely a different experience.
Yeah.
Than watching it at home. Like I felt like I was watching a different movie in parts of, during the film. Like parts of it, I was just like, wait, I don't remember this. What?
Yeah, it was. I feel like it was low key a little bit more scarier too. Like I feel like, I don't know, watching it at home, it is definitely a different experience. So when I watched it at the theater, it was more intense, and like I got a few jump scares, even though I knew what was gonna happen. It was definitely very, very good. We ended up going to see an early screening of the Halloween Kills as well.
Which is out now.
Yeah.
So now everyone can go see it.
And so now we can appropriately make this review.
And talk about what we thought about the film. You know?
Yeah. What did you think?
Well, I'm gonna be completely honest. I am not a Michael Myers fan. Like, I mean, I'm not like, not that I don't like Michael Myers. It's just I didn't grow up with Michael Myers. Like that was in my horror icon. That was Ghostface for me, or Chucky. But you obviously, big Michael Myers fan, so
love him.
We definitely have different opinions on the movie itself.
Yeah.
I guess we could start off by going with our pros.
Yeah.
So as you're gonna see here, she's definitely gonna be more biased on the movie because she does enjoy the franchise. I don't know if bias is the right word, but she does have more knowledge on the mythology of Halloween and Michael Myers, as I don't. So I guess my opinion, my views are going to be a little bit more different. But I guess for pros, I'll start off since I'll have the less to say about it, because honestly, didn't quite enjoy the movie. But pros, are, I guess the first topic for pros is definitely talking about the kills. Hint the title, Halloween Kill. Like, the kills were savage, they were gruesome, it was just, they were fun. Like if you like torture, you like murder, like
if you like gore,
yes,
this is definitely a movie for you to watch. I enjoyed it very much. They kind of spiced it up a little bit. They really did. They got creative with the kill scenes, and now he has definitely a high kill count. I don't know the exact numbers, but I know that him and Jason Voorhees are like, they're tied with each other. So with this movie, I was rewatching it just a minute ago, as you know. He killed 11 first responders in the beginning of the movie. 11 alone in the beginning of the movie. So that should just tell you a lot of how that movie is gonna go if you still haven't seen it yet.
And well, I guess one thing to address, do we want to address spoilers or no spoilers?
Oh no, yes, I'm sorry.
I mean, that's the whole that's part of the trailer, but I'm saying like going further, like what do you say?
Yeah. I would say, yeah. Well, I mean, it's a review. Like, people are gonna...
Yeah, this is definitely gonna have spoilers.
Yeah, so if you don't want...
No spoilers, then...
Don't watch.
Stop watching now and come back to the video after you've seen Halloween Kills.
Yeah.
Starting now, we're gonna go with spoilers.
Spoilers, okay?
Another pro for me, I guess, would say the characters. I did like the characters a lot. Didn't know a lot of them like you do, but just from the first film that came out, it wasn't last year because we had pandemic last year.
Mm-hmm.
But the new Halloween from that, I guess I like the characters. I'm a huge Judy Greer fan. I love her, so anything with her, I'm like, yes. And then of course, who doesn't like the icon?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Exactly. Right. So.
She's that bitch. That bitch.
What do you want to talk about the characters?
I liked how they brought back a lot of the old characters from the original 1978 Halloween, and I believe it was the 1981. Don't crucify me if it's not correct. It's either 80 or 81. Halloween 2. How they kind of showed a lot of homage to it, showing the night of the killings and then going on to the scene where it continues on to the hospital. So I feel like that showed like very much respect, and I think John Carpenter did a wonderful job remaking this scene and making it feel like original again. And yeah, I like how they brought back all the characters, even the young kiddos that were in the 1978 film. The one thing that I would say, just because of the Halloween franchise being 8 films between 1978 and I believe 2000, those 8 films, it kind of gets jumbled up, and I feel like they all don't correlate with the original story. And so I like how it correlate with the first original films, the part 1 and part 2. But since they brought back Tommy Doyle, and you guys that like Michael Myers know that in The Curse of Michael Myers, which is Halloween 6, Paul Rudd played Tommy Doyle in that movie. So it didn't make no sense to me why they wouldn't bring him back and have him play Tommy Doyle, just, you know, a little bit older.
That I would have been here for.
Yeah, so
I would have fucked with that.
But if I'm not mistaken, and quote me if I'm wrong, I do believe that the actor that is playing Tommy Doyle is the actual child that played him back in 1978. So now he has, I guess he's more of a dad look, a more of a leader look, what they were looking for the part. So
well, it's definitely, if you know, that if he first played that part.
Yeah.
Because obviously, you know, when they do any sequels to movies, especially from like, because especially if it's like a time jump, usually it's another actor playing the grown-up version of them. So it's kind of nice, kind of like some kind of is in the same theme and topic. It's kind of like in the new Chucky films, they were able to bring back the original actor that played Andy.
Yeah,
even
correct.
though in Child's Play 3, it's a different actor because, you know, he was still not that age at that time. But, you know, it's kind of nice when you get to bring the original actor back into the universe that they, you know, were a part of.
Yeah. So that's what I didn't like too much. I was like, Paul Rudd could have played it, because I really enjoyed his part in The Curse of Michael Myers. He played a really, really good Tommy Doyle, just remembering that night that he came home. So I would have liked to seen him in this movie, but it is what it is. And yeah, also with the 2018 film of Halloween, I didn't understand why they changed Laurie's daughter's name, because if you are a true fan, you know that in The Return of Michael Myers Part 4, when after they did that shit show Season of a Witch, they came back with Michael Myers and her name was Jamie Lloyd, not Karen. I don't know where they got Karen from.
Well, she was a Karen in the film.
Yeah.
Looks like they were like, your name's Karen. And I was like, well, she's living up to her name.
That's what.
That's a disclaimer. I do apologize for any Karens out there. You know the joke.
I mean, and sorry, that name has plummeted since last year, so.
For real.
Oh well.
Which brings me to, I want to kind of go into the cons, because I have a lot to say about that. I know that you're not a fan of my cons. No, the cons are, it's nothing, like I said, I'm not familiar with the mythology, so for me, I was just like, I didn't like the storytelling. I didn't like the story itself. But I mean, you go to a slasher movie, you go to watch people get killed and get slashed, so at the end of the day, I had a great time. It was fun entertainment. I'm not really there for a story necessarily. It's not the type of film for a kind of story. So overall, it was still a good time. I liked it.
Any other cons? Anything else you want to add to that?
No. I mean, it's definitely a middle chapter because it is definitely part of. If you should all know that there's another part coming out, part 3.
I know.
Halloween.
For you guys talking shit, it's not done yet. This has been in the works for years.
Halloween
Don't
Ends
be mad.
Comes out next year, so this is definitely a middle part. It's not like a sequel to per se. It's definitely just like it's part of a larger story. So it's like okay, this is chapter 2, and then it'll conclude with chapter 3. So I guess in the long run, watching them as the trilogy, it'll probably fit in better.
Yeah.
As a standalone movie, I don't know, for me it wasn't really what.
Well, it's not standalone. They went back and forth. Oh yeah, so that's one of my pros. They had tons of flashbacks from the original films. Not like remake scenes. It was actually a flashback to that particular film. So that's what I liked a lot. That's why it's not an independent film. It does go back to that story. But since Danny doesn't know about it, so he doesn't understand. But
years without watching Halloween. How? I don't know.
You need to watch it. We're gonna fucking watch it. I'm gonna sit your ass down and we're gonna watch it one day. I have it on DVD, so there's no excuse.
And then you'll watch my impression of that. My review of that.
But yeah, but it was like one of the original like slasher films, like.
Well, I mean, come on, it's definitely one of the ones that led in. It's definitely a lead in the horror genre. It's one.
It's what really started everything.
The slasher genre, I mean, Scream has had a lot of respect for Halloween. They always acknowledge it and talk about it because it's a great slasher film. It's a great slasher franchise. So I have respect for that because I got Ghostface out of it. So good job, Michael.
But yeah, I really enjoyed that. I love how they brought everybody back. That was really a big thing for me. And just like really going back to the story.
I remember one of my cons. You know what? Michael Myers is not LGBT friendly. He killed a gay couple in the movie and had no remorse. So I'm canceling Michael Myers for being homophobic. Hashtag cancel Michael Myers.
I don't think it was that reason, but
leave a comment below if you agree with me that Michael Myers is canceled for being homophobic.
The gays just had to move into his house.
And he had to kill them? He could have been an ally and like let them live.
No. That's not how. You seen how he came back in the room after he done killed his boyfriend? He was like, Michael, you have came home.
He said,
he should have dipped right then and there. He already knew what was gonna happen. He chose not to. He knew where he was living.
No, I'm kidding. That was all fun and games. We gays love Michael Myers. We love the whole genre.
Sure, yeah.
Come on, like Jamie Lee Curtis, she's a scream queen. Like
yeah,
she's up there. Gay icon.
I just didn't like how people were reacting to it at times because a lot of people in the theater when we were watching it were laughing at
everything.
Like
all the kills.
Stupid little things too that didn't even make sense. Like it wasn't even funny. It was more of like a serious tone scene.
Yeah, I think it also was the audience that we went to that kind of like threw the vibe for me. The atmosphere was just like, kind of didn't help that there was so many people laughing in the theater that when we went to see the screening. So I was just like very confused because I'm like, is this a comedy? Like all the laughing made me think like, is this a parody? Like, is this not supposed to be happening? Like, why are people laughing or reacting this way?
Yeah, that's what I didn't like. Definitely, I'm gonna probably go home and watch it again, to be honest. I was rewatching it right now just to kind of brief my memory because it's been a few days since we have watched it. But I'm probably gonna go home and watch it again.
That's good. You liked it.
Yeah. We'll watch it and be scary.
Probably won't watch it until next year before watching the new one. Just to remember then.
You're gonna watch it again.
Okay.
You're gonna watch it again.
Okay. I guess we'll do out of 10. I'll give it a 7. 7, 8. I'll say that.
I will give it a. Let me not be biased. I'll give it a 9. That's me not being biased. Because if I was being biased, I'd be like 10.
I'm sticking with 7 actually. And barely passed.
I'm giving it a 9. It definitely would watch again. I've been waiting for it for over a year. Well, actually more than a year than that, because I knew about it.
It was supposed to come out last year.
Yeah, I knew about it like maybe 2019 or even 2018, because like I said, these films have been already set and like scheduled to release, but since COVID kind of fucked up everything last year, they put Halloween Kills on hold to be released this year because they felt like it deserved a more like cinematic experience rather than like releasing it on a streaming service, even though they did that too. So
well, it's just, I mean, they're just thinking about the market. Like, it just, some people just still don't feel comfortable with going to the theater, and they still want to give those the same opportunity to watch it.
Yeah.
It was just really great that a lot of movie companies have done that. It's like with HBO Max. Like, this is not sponsored, not an ad, but yeah, like I really do appreciate HBO Max a lot, doing the day-and-day release with, you know, in theaters and on the app, on the streaming service, because there's been, you know, instances where like some people have not felt comfortable going back to theaters. So I suggest you return to theaters when you feel comfortable. They've been doing well, like the last couple of times that I've been comfortable with going back, but they're pretty clean, pretty done.
Yeah, I seen online that they actually have already made 50 million just opening day from Halloween Kills. So it's gonna probably do really good. It's gonna definitely surpass what they expected to do, and I feel like a lot of fans over the years, young, old, new fans, just have been waiting for this. And for me personally, growing up, him being one of like my favorite horror slasher idols, I feel like it was very much overdue for this film, and I feel like they did a good job overall.
That's good.
Yeah.
So would you say that you fucks with it?
I fucks with it. I definitely fucks with it. Do you fucks with it?
No.
Danny doesn't fucks with it. We're gonna try to persuade him. It's because he hasn't seen the movie, so that's the reason why. And I feel like until he watches them and knows them a little bit more familiar.
Hey, I like the 2018, 2019. I like that one.
It's okay. I like it too. I like it, but
this one was, to me, just was not. I don't know. What was nice though about this one, I would say another thing is that it was great seeing them focus on the community of the town that they're in, how they wanted to, you know, fight back and, you know, be like,
they're tired of his shit.
They're tired of Michael, because, you know, it's not one time, twice. It's like,
been fucking 40 years. But yeah, I fucks with it.
Now, transitioning from Halloween, we are going to be reacting to the Scream 2022 trailer, which is basically Scream 5. We kind of already seen it individually. Yeah. But we kind of wanted to do a little bit of a reaction and breakdown with you guys.
Yeah, we really haven't, we haven't really discussed it even off camera. We haven't really discussed it, and but yeah, we will react to it right now.
Okay. We're back, guys. We're gonna now react to the Scream 2022 trailer. Let's go. There's a landline. Still.
I love her though.
Jenna Ortega.
Mhm.
Yes, I'm a big fan.
It's a shame that she has to die.
I know. I'm glad they got the voice back.
Okay. So what I thought they were gonna do here was a different idea.
This is, oh shit. Ooh, Mr. Gomez. January can't come soon enough.
He looks
Old.
yeah.
Yes, that's right, Sydney. Five movies now. She's like, okay.
I like how they have the original house back in the shot.
Stu's house. I cannot wait.
One thing for me.
Okay.
You see how he is.
Am I good?
But when he was talking shit about fucking Halloween, I just sat here and took it. Anyways, before I was rudely interrupted, I feel like they should have kept it with Scream 5. I don't feel like they should have just Scream. Unless like it's supposed to be a part of like a different franchise or if it's a remake film.
You mean like Halloween last year?
No,
Or the year before?
no. I'm talking about like Halloween, like Rob Zombie Halloween, like that type of.
No,
What do you mean?
the 2018 movie. It's titled Halloween.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And Rob Zombie's Halloween was Halloween too.
Yeah, that's the thing is that's what they're doing. The same with Candyman. Candyman was also called Candyman, even though there's the original, because the first part, because this is a sequel.
Yeah.
They're just audience don't connect anymore with sequels. That's why you don't see a lot of 2, 3. You see Halloween Kills a subtitle because people don't care for like or really big fans of sequels.
I am.
Yeah, but it's just like people be like, oh, now I have to like a lot of general audience that are not like in the fandom that are like or big film people like they'll just let's go watch a movie kind of thing. They'll be like 2, so they're like I have to watch part 1 now. I've never seen part 1 instead of like so they like won't go see it, that kind of stuff.
Well, that defeats the purpose of the movie then, because you didn't understand fucking Halloween Kills, and that's a sequel.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people like that out there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it was pointless for.
It's okay.
That.
The true fans know that it's part 5.
I mean, I know it's part 5, but I just feel like they should have like. If they kept up to it until like what was the last one? 10 years ago? Yeah, it was 10 years ago that they made the last one.
Part 4 was in.
Yeah, so they should have just kept it like as is. Like
no, it's definitely.
They should have. What they should have named it is like what they did with Halloween. They named a fucking movie Halloween H2O for the 20th anniversary of the release of Halloween. They should have did that with that because they're releasing it a month later after the 25th anniversary.
No, the reason why they did go with Scream and not Scream 5 is because yes, it's essentially it is part 5, but it is also the beginning of a new franchise. their intent is to reboot the franchise. So
Yeah.
same with like how Halloween rebooted to this new franchise, this new trilogy. Even though they still brought the characters from the first one, they still kind of like retcon the other films. Like you said, it's like, you know, like they ignore like, you know, Curse of Michael Myers or Michael Returns, that kind of stuff. I don't know if that's essentially because we haven't seen this movie, of course, but I know that it is supposed to be, in a sense, a reboot for a new generation.
Yeah.
So,
well, hopefully it's not trash.
no, I have high hopes, especially with the directors attached to it. You haven't seen Ready or Not, right?
No, I don't think so.
She needs to watch it. But it's the same duo of directors behind that one, that, you know, did this one, that are rebooting the franchise, and like it took them a while to get the original actors to come back to convince them, but especially because it is the first film that's going to come out that doesn't involve Wes because of, you know, his passing. So that's another thing. But I'm excited. It looks good. It looks really good. I'm really intriguing.
Yeah, in that intro scene, what I thought that they were gonna do is like some weird ass shit where he's popping up out of nowhere, which he did eventually.
Oh yeah, like you can definitely sense that this has a different tone to the compared to the original movies. It has more of a darker, kind of like scarier horror, unlike the other ones, which in a sense were kind of like, because, you know, I mean, the Scream movies started with, you know, they were in a sense, you know, making fun of, they're not a parody like the scary movies, but they were, you know, about horror films. You know, it's like, oh, you know, like,
in order to survive a horror movie, you
know,
need to
the
abide by
rules
certain rules.
So, you know, it's like, you know, they were following that, like, oh, and this, like, the sequel, you know, then the sequel, this is part 3, this is usually what happens. And then 4 was talking about it being like a remake with, you know, with Jill, with Emma Roberts' character being the new lead. So this one definitely felt scarier in my opinion. But it was nice seeing the Ghostface mask again. I love it. But
I had a fear of the Ghostface mask. Did I ever tell you about that?
no. Were you scared of Ghostface masks?
Yeah. Growing up, like, that's like when around the time when it was real big is when I was like really little, and it scared the fuck out of me just like seeing the mask. And my mom used to literally terrify me, scaring me with it. I remember this one specific time we moved into a new apartment with my aunt. My mom had the fucking mask on and like came running at me, scaring me. And I was with my aunt in her room, and I'm like grabbing my aunt's hair because she's in my.
Don't you have like a video or something?
No, I don't have a video.
Okay,
but
then you told me this story.
Yeah,
very visually, because I remember. Like,
yeah, and I was like pulling my aunt's hair over my head to fucking cover my face because they were scaring me with it. I remember that my mom used to put the damn mask on the door handle so I wouldn't go mess with her. Because I was scared of it. And I'm going to say until like I was 11, 12, 13 around there when I stopped, you know, my fear of it.
Okay.
So, a little background story.
Well, I guess, so from the trailer, do you fuck with it, or?
I fuck with it because I like the original movies as well. I didn't really like part 4 that much.
What? Part 4? Okay, how would you rate? Well, let's rank them. Let's tell them our ranking. My ranking would be Scream, Scream 4, Scream 2, and Scream 3. 3 for me was the
3 was trash. Scream 2, Scream 4, Scream 3.
So we can agree with Scream 3. I like Scream 4, and then I don't know, maybe because I could be biased because I do like Emma Roberts.
That's probably why. I didn't really care for it too much. I don't know. I just like old classic films, and that's something about me too. So I think that's just why I feel like the other ones give me more like, I don't know, like more of a vibe that I can fuck with than the more modernized version, because in 4 they brought out the cell phones and recording and I don't know, like
and they talked about that. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm just glad that we got to see Sydney, Dewey, and Gil back, and that they are in this, because I don't think I would have been. I mean, I probably still would have seen it. Maybe.
You would have went to watch it,
but I don't know if I would have been like as excited as I am with them, with the original characters coming back, if it was just like a straight up reboot, you know, a straight up, you know, like these are new characters, like, but with this being like, you know, like they still having a part of it.
I want them to do that. I want them to do like a reboot like that, like a remake of the movies where it's like a whole different like cast and basically. Mm-hmm.
Well, there was the TV show.
Okay, I didn't fuck with that either. I didn't fuck with that either.
The TV show was alright. I just recently watched it last year, to be honest. And it was okay. I like the characters, but I mean, the show itself, I mean, it had potential. I think the franchise itself has potential, and it just depends on how it's executed. Executed? Yeah, I can't say that.
Executed.
Executed. But sometimes some concepts are really good, but then just don't get, you know, fleshed out and brought out, or, you know, done justice. So it kind of just like.
Mm-hmm.
That was today's episode. We got to talk about Halloween Kills and the Scream 2022 trailer. Let's see. We talked about Yesterland, which is probably going to be the next episode you see. It's going to be our little vlog and see how the trip was. Any teas you want to talk about for Yesterland? We got lost in a cornfield. I can tease that.
Yeah. It was fun.
It was a good time.
It's something that's here in Texas, so.
Yes, it was about an hour and a half away here from Dallas, the DFW area. It's over in Canton. Definitely, if you are in Texas, I would recommend going. You'll see in the vlog, and we'll talk a little bit more then.
Yeah, it'll really give you more of a farm feel if you're not from Texas. So, if you are like from a big city or you're not from here, definitely go check it out.
Well, again, thank you again for catching us on this episode. Our socials are down below. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok.
Me, Instagram, TikTok.
Until next time.
Bye.